Hello and welcome back to Read and Reread. I am Angelia coming to you today from beautiful Lake Tawakoni. Never mind that background noise. Never mind the man back there behind the curtain. So I'm here with a large crowd of readers, hopeful readers, would-be readers. And we're going to talk today, instead of doing a weekly wrap-up, instead we're going to do a little book report on what we are reading right now, what we're getting ready to read. And I started. I'm talking. And no, I'm not waiting. I'll edit some of this out later. And what we're getting ready to read. So yesterday we found this really cute little used bookstore in Terrell, Texas, which is about 15 miles from where we're staying. So it started out being a few people, and it sort of blossomed out into 2 carloads of people that descended on this little bookstore. And I'm going to put some pictures up here while I'm talking about it. Okay, you need to wait your turn, sir. And so we went through there and we found some treasures. It's really cute. They had cats. They had books everywhere. They really had filled up all the crannies. They had used clothing. They had artisanal soap. It was just one of those kind of stores in a little old downtown area. So we're going to just talk about some of our treasures. Everyone's going to come through and introduce themselves. I think I got about half of the people that are here this weekend who I've wrangled them into this video. So first of all, I'm not going to talk at length about any of mine because we have a lot of people to go through, but these are the 2 books that I brought with me for the weekend. I just finished A Month in the Country this morning by J.L. Carr, and I'll talk about it on my next wrap-up, but I really did love this book. Everybody who suggested that this would be the perfect book for a summer read and for my trip, thank you, you were right. It was just a beautiful little slice of the English countryside. And then I also brought, on the opposite end of the spectrum, this dystopian novel by Michelle de Kretser, and called Scary Monsters. And this is the one that I picked up because I heard it recommended by Emily St. John Mandel in an interview of some of her favorite dystopian books. And I'm going to start reading it soon, but this is the one that there's 2 books that go in 2 directions with 2 different narrators in 2 different time periods. So I'm excited to get into this. And then in the bookstore, I bought 2 goodies. I got The Plague of Doves by Louise Erdrich. I'm going to talk about these more in my haul video that's coming in a few days. And did you just grab my other book? Thank you. Oh, I have an assistant. I also got My Cousin Rachel by Daphne du Maurier. These are both books that I picked up because I've liked other books by these authors and haven't read these. And I've heard a lot of people say that The Plague of Doves was their favorite book by Erdrich, so I want to try it. And I really enjoyed Rebecca last year, so I found this nice edition of My Cousin Rachel. All right, so that's what I have going on. Stephen, since you're so busy helping, do you want to be next? Where's your book? Oh, it's an ebook.
Yeah.
Okay, come on in.
Hi, I'm Stephen. And the book that I would like to,
Be sure you're looking at the camera.
I'm the house husband of Angelia, so I have a lot of time to read.
What are you reading?
I read, the one I want to talk about is
Jet ski going by.
The Ferryman by Justin Cronin, which is it's kind of a fantasy science fiction mashup, and it's about the ferryman, who is this fellow whose job it is to take the people who are the older people, the elderly, to an island to be regenerated, and then they're brought back to the island of Prospera. So there's the premise is there's 3 islands. One is Prospera, where all the wealthy people live. Then there's a second island called the Annex, where the working class people live, and then there's the Nursery, where the elderly people return. The book has the 3rd island is the Nursery, and you think that you're reading about this big epic fantasy story, and then things take a really weird turn, and you realize that everything that you've read for the first couple of 100 pages is not exactly what it seems. It's a terrific book, and it has enough, it's a long book, but it goes really fast, and it has enough twists and turns that you could have easily You could have easily filled a trilogy, like it's, you know how long Justin Cronin's books are. But this one was really cool. It had a lot of interesting concepts thrown in and had well, anyway, I highly recommend it for those who like science fiction and fantasy. Who's next? Oh, Emma Grace, would you like to go next?
Yes, whoever's next just starts being annoying.
Whoever's next.
She's
is
really
the one
letting
that's
us do
next.
this without her out here.
Well, come on.
Okay. I want to keep it short because I don't really want to spend a lot of time here. Okay.
Hold on, let's stick your hair in.
I'm reading Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I read the first book.
Tell us about this tattoo over here, this big rectangle.
Ninth
That's for
House.
another day. Ninth House. Yeah, I read Ninth House, but it was like several years ago. And it was really good. And finally, she came out with a sequel, so I've been reading it. I've been reading it for a long time. I'm a little more than halfway through, and it's maybe I don't know if it's just me or if it's just the book, but it's been pretty slow. It hasn't been as good as Ninth House. It started off really slow, but I don't know if it's my fault or the book's fault because I read Ninth House such a long time ago. Maybe I needed a little bit more context and relevance to be captivated by the first half of this book.
That sounds really good.
I know, I'm not making a good case for it at all. I need to read Ninth House again. This book is just very sequel-y. Like, it just keeps going with the story. I kind of know exactly what is going to happen. Like, so far, it's been very straightforward. Someone got lost in hell, and now they're trying to fish him back out.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, it's the worst. But I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna see it through. I have nothing else to do but really read right now. So that's all. Someone else go.
Amanda, is it me?
Hello. I'm one of the cousins, Amanda. I just finished Cloud Cuckoo Land,
And she's,
which is a book by
she's
Anthony
edge
Doerr.
intensive.
Oh yeah, I was her dog.
And I represent Edge Intensive.
Edge intensive.
I loved All the Light We Cannot See by this author, and I think this one was recommended by your lovely host, Angelia Hopwood-Lewis. But I like this book. I think that it's a book for people who love books, and it's about how precious life is, and it takes place in 3 different time periods. The narrators are all reading this story and love this story about Cloud Cuckoo Land, and they all have a lot of parallels in their stories, and it's kind of whimsical and cool. And then I just bought a book called All About Men. Is that the right way up?
And none of us
For
know
a
why
laugh.
it's so long.
Yeah, the running gag is that it should be 1 page long and not 300 pages long. But those are my books.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. On chapstick.
You want that?
Magic.
Camera for a
There's
while.
the edit.
Like,
There's the edit.
like magic eraser in
You don't
it.
want it?
My name's Kyle, and I'm a brother-in-law of the book lady sitting to my left, your right. I'm reading this book. It's a sequel. It's called Beyond Black Belt Sudoku. It's a second book of a trilogy. The third book is called Way Beyond Black Belt Sudoku.
It's a picture book.
It's a picture book. It's a chapter book.
They're just having revenge.
It's a page turner.
Yeah, the pages be turning.
What's
It's
the
one of
what's
it's
the
still
paper
many numbers.
meaning?
And the book I bought yesterday at the bookstore is this book by Nathaniel Philbrick. And I've read 2 of these. I think these are called
What is
historical
this one?
historical narrative. I think is what it's
Oh,
called.
narrative
So
nonfiction?
that narrative nonfiction. So if you like Erik Larson, you'll
Yeah.
love Nathaniel Philbrick. They're the same kind of thing. And I get this.
Foreshadowing about Erik Larson.
It's like listening to pop music. If you like the first 2 songs by pop artists, you'll like the third one. I bought it just because his name's on the cover. So
Sometimes that works out.
sometimes
really
that works
well.
out good. So this is about something I don't know anything about. It's about the Benedict Arnold in the American
Oh,
Revolution.
cool.
In there.
Yeah.
Edit.
Huh?
Hello,
Just read a book.
I'm Zach.
I know. I bet
I
you
bought 2
wouldn't
books
come
at the
in.
bookstore yesterday. To be honest, I haven't read a book since I was in high school. I'm now a 3rd-year college student, so I'm gonna try to get myself back into the reading grind. The first book I bought yesterday is Isaac Storm by Erik Larson. It was recommended to me by the guy before, Uncle Kyle. And the second book I got yesterday is by Dale Brown. It's called Night of the Hawk. I honestly just picked this book because I like the cover, and I hate saying that on here, but everybody I've talked to about it so far has recommended or said good things about it, so I'm excited. And that's all I have for you guys.
Okay, so that is it. That's the report from Lake Tawakoni. I think we're having an excellent weekend. I hope you guys are too. You gotta get in here for,
Everyone
for the
come on in.
Come on in for the finale,
This is gonna be on the internet.
and then save the.
Hello, YouTube.
All right. Have a great rest of the weekend. Bye, guys.